Hi guys, how are we all? I feel like it's been a little while and I'm so excited about today's video because it is such a passion of mine, like movement is in general. I feel like that's something I've been involved with my whole life. So this little transition into Pilates at the moment, I'm excited to update you guys, and what we'll actually go through today is talking about my journey with exercise that has led me towards enjoying exercise, which wasn't always the case. How I used to think that Pilates was just this trendy easy workout, some unexpected benefits that I didn't even think about that just keep me coming back. Why I love Pilates for its flexibility, efficiency, and strength building. How this shift or transition has changed my mindset around exercise, and just updating you where this new passion is going next. So if you're interested in any of that, that's what we're going to be talking about today. So going straight into it, just to give a little background, I come from a tennis background. I did tennis since I was 11, then more seriously around teen years. And then I transitioned into coaching for 3 years. So that's always been there on the background. Then about 5 years ago, I started doing more gym as well and just implementing weights into my exercise more. I did a lot more running and I'd say yoga. And about the last 3 years, I was doing quite consistently here and there as well. And I definitely felt like with some of these types of exercises, I had to force myself more than others. I felt like it wasn't easy for me to get into it or to look forward to it. So I guess I was still searching for something more fitting. And I didn't just believe I've already found my way of movement. And I also think it can be an ever-changing thing. I don't know if Pilates is going to be the movement for me forever, but compared to others that I've done so far, it feels more fitting. So I definitely think it was important to keep experimenting and not just give up if I wasn't enjoying it, just accepting that this is all that it is. So I'd say out of the exercises that I've done at the moment, Pilates is the most natural to me. I look forward to doing it. Feels right for my body, and I just love the flow of the exercises. When I was doing workouts at the gym with weights, I couldn't get a flow with that. That to me wasn't a flow. Breaks and going to the next machine or going to the next workout in a gym session, that just didn't work that well for me. And I'd say the next most natural exercise for me apart from Pilates would be running. Running is the same, you can go faster, slower, hilly, flat, but you'll have this constant flow rather than taking breaks. So I'd say those two would be my top at the moment, Pilates being number one, obviously. And I just wanted to talk about this because I feel like it's not talked about enough, in a sense that people kind of just stick with what works usually and don't experiment enough, and maybe end up creating negative relationship towards exercise in general, when there actually are so many forms, in reading or in movies. If all I've ever known would be horror movies, I would just think I hate movies all in general because that's just not my genre. So yeah, I probably would have just stayed away from movies in general. So that's kind of how I like to see exercise as well. And I'd love to hear about your relationship with movement, and just let me know in the comments below if anything resonates in any way. I'm curious to know. So let's go into the misconceptions. Like I kind of touched upon before, I used to think Pilates was just this trendy workout that everyone's just doing because it's a hype. And I honestly thought it looked quite easy. You see a lot of those short core videos and you're like, doesn't look that difficult. When I actually tried it the first time, I knew straight away that was for me, especially because of how much it pushed me. The flexibility of I could decide how much to actually push myself. I think it's very intuitive in that way, that you can just judge for yourself how much you've slept that day, how much energy you have that day, and to be able to adapt how much you push yourself. And I've found that I'm able to push myself, and some days take it more easy without feeling as guilty as, for instance, with gym workout, because I don't know, somehow I just feel that my muscles aren't going to evaporate with Pilates, but with gym, like if I didn't push myself as hard as consistently, I felt like I was just like losing my strength, whereas I'm not having that with Pilates. But that might just be a reflection of like where I am with my fitness journey as well. Might not entirely be to do with gym workout. And yeah, I just couldn't really believe how much I liked it, mainly because of the efficiency. Like, especially when it's winter, when it's cold, I did not want to go to the gym. And I was like, well, I'm just not going to exercise because I don't want to get out of the house. And when I found that I can just roll out a mat and start an exercise with a YouTube video, I was like, this is just like, feels like I'm getting the same out of it, the same intensity for what I need. It's just so much more doable for me, especially when I don't have as much motivation. So let's go on to the unexpected benefits that keep making me come back. Starting with mental health and focus. Again, because I enjoy it so much, I'm just focusing on that. I don't need like anything else in the background. It helps me to be quite present and help me like settle into myself for the day, kind of both physically and mentally, you could say. And I also find it's probably related to like dopamine and like hormones. It's such a good way for me to like reset my mood or just like boost my energy levels. My day is just different after a workout. Like I feel like it just makes such a difference for me. So that is like a huge benefit, that I can just help my mood or help my energy levels by doing a workout. The next point, which I didn't even like think about, but I've been having problems with for so long, is like my back pain relief and just my posture. Like I think naturally I have slightly weaker back, and the way Pilates is just like so quickly been making my back stronger and my posture better. I'm like, this is what I've been needing for so long. This is like, I used to get really bad back pains and I haven't had them since, and I hope it stays that way. But they used to be unbearable. Like I did like one day of skiing and I wouldn't be able to walk for the whole evening. Like that's how bad my back pain would be. Like literally like holding onto someone for like 10 minutes. So yeah, I mean, it makes sense now that I know more about Pilates, but it was just like such a great unexpected benefit. The next benefit would be the flow of movement, which I've kind of talked about. The way you just like flow the intensity in a session, taking breaks within it works a lot better for me than the flow you have, for instance, in the gym or some other sports. And I think this is probably so different for everyone, but that is like where I feel my flow. Like I can't get that same flow with some other sports. It's such a game changer when you find that flow in the sport that you like. Another thing I found surprising is the strength building. It's not just about getting lean, there is potential to build muscle with it. With like repetitions, with being able to like add resistance or even add more weights into it. I'm so excited to be able to experiment with that later on. And I just love that you can push your limits in that way, because I am looking to try and build more muscle with it rather than just staying completely lean. So I'll keep you updated on how that goes. And I think that's what will keep it quite interesting for me as well. And the final unexpected benefit for me is like the strength and progression that comes with it. Like because I am able to stay more consistent, like I've said, like having more intense sessions, then maybe slightly more relaxed flows. But because I'm staying consistent, so the skill is progressing a lot more than it has in other activities. And because there is that progress, it makes it so much more fun for me to keep exploring and keep getting better at the skill. So that's why I just have so much more excitement towards it as well, because I see the progression more. Now moving on to like the flexibility and efficiency in terms of like how it fits into my life. And what I mean by flexibility is that you can do it in the gym, you can do it at home, you can do it by yourself, you can do it in a class, you can do it without any equipment, you can do it with equipment. So that flexibility is what I really love about it. And that's kind of where the soft fitness approach comes in as well, which is adapting to those energy levels and not feeling like I have to push myself every time, and just being able to maintain my progress with some more low impact exercises as well. And it also links to like feeling less pressure to not miss a session. Like for me, I think it just helps me to have a better relationship with exercise. And I also love that it can be social or solo. Like you can go and do Pilates class with your friends, or you can do it by yourself. Like it helps in terms of it not getting boring as well. Like I like that change of environment. So again, the more options, the better. And finally, how this like new shift has impacted my mindset. I think the biggest lesson from even like trying Pilates that maybe I've even forgotten about a little bit is that it's so important to keep trying new things. And no matter how many you've tried, like I'm never going to stop trying things, because the 10th or the 20th or the 100th thing that you try might really fit your lifestyle. So yeah, it's definitely reminded me about the importance of trying new things. And what I'd say to anyone like struggling with exercise or the relationship to that is don't stop trying until you've found that thing that you love and thing that you really click with, no matter what it is. Like it can just be walking and listen to a podcast. Like that is a form of exercise. Maybe if you love walking, you can just do it some days, like once a week, for a much longer period of time than the other times. It might be doing a team sport, whatever it is, just trying to build a healthy relationship towards it. Maybe like 70% of the time, you're actually looking forward to doing the exercise. Like it's never probably going to be 100, unfortunately, but I don't think it should be at like 10-20%. And all the other 80% you're not looking forward to it. And finally, just to kind of give you an update on where I'm going to take this Pilates journey next, I'm actually doing a mat Pilates course right now. So I'm learning about it in much more depth. And yeah, I'm just so excited to see where that takes me, because it's something I am, breathing, thinking, talking about constantly at the moment. Like that's all just that's circulating my attention. So it definitely feels exciting to be able to dive more deeply into a newfound passion. So I'll definitely be posting more Pilates related content here as well, here and there. And I'd love to hear if you guys have any other video ideas as well. So let me know. But yeah, for now, I think that's it. I've had fun talking about this. I will be keeping you updated with how it's going, and I'll see you in the next one.